Welcome to Mid-Dell Schools District AP Parent Night. My name is Nina Curver and I am the instructional facilitator for Social Studies, Gifted and Talented, and Advanced Placement. The things I'm going to talk about in this presentation, the first thing I'll talk about is what is advanced placement. The second thing I'll talk about are the benefits of AP courses for our students. I'll explain about AP exams, the cost and the process. I'll answer what students should consider before they sign up for AP courses, what Mid-Dell's expectations are for AP students, and the last thing I'll talk about are some exciting upcoming changes to Mid-Dell's AP program. So, advanced placement courses are college-level courses that are offered in high school. They reflect what is taught in introductory college courses. At the end of the class, students have the opportunity to take AP exams, and that will measure their mastery of what they learned in that advanced placement class. A score of 3 or higher on an AP exam is considered passing, and typically anything 3 or above will earn students either college credit or allow them to skip into more advanced courses in college. We also offer honors courses and pre-AP courses, and those are designed to get our kiddos prepared to take AP classes. So in middle school and as underclassmen at the high school, they may not have the opportunity to take AP classes just yet, but they can enroll in honors classes that will help them be ready. So why should your student consider taking AP classes? One thing that AP classes do is help students to build the skills that they will need to be successful in college. These classes are a little bit more rigorous, and so students will have to manage their time really well, and they'll have to learn how to study. Additionally, it increases their problem-solving abilities, which students find are super useful skills to have when they get to college. Additionally, students tend to be more confident going to college after they've taken AP courses because they have an idea of the rigor of college classes and sort of what to expect in those. AP courses help students get into college. Students that take AP classes send the message to colleges that they're prepared for rigorous coursework, even if they don't pass the AP exam. Just the fact that their high school transcript has AP courses on it will sort of bump their application to the top of the list. Research done by the College Board shows that 85% of selective colleges and universities say that a student's AP experience favorably impacts admissions decisions. And so that means students who have taken AP courses are more likely to get into some of those colleges and universities that are tough to get into. Additionally, once students get to college, they tend to be more successful after experiencing AP courses. The research that the College Board has done shows us that students who take an AP course and then get a 3 or higher on their AP exams typically experience greater academic success in college and higher graduation rates. So students who take AP courses are more likely to graduate from college. It can also save time and money. Research also shows that students who take AP classes, whether or not they pass those exams, are more likely than their non-AP peers to complete their degree on time or a little bit early. And that reduces the amount of time that they're in college, and so it reduces the cost of college. Graduating on time is really important. A lot of students have to do that 5th year of undergraduate, that victory lap, and that costs a whole extra year of college tuition. Most colleges, universities nationwide offer college credit, advanced placement, or both for qualifying AP scores. One thing that AP courses are really great for is students who have a deep interest in a certain content area, because they tend to go deeper into the content and be taught at a little bit of a higher level and go into more depth than on-level courses, and so they tend to be really rewarding for students and more interesting for students. Again, there is the opportunity to earn college credit or higher placement in college. And AP courses do send that message to the admissions programs that students are willing to work hard and that they are prepared for rigorous college courses. This part is really important. Taking an AP course helps students to build critical thinking skills, gain confidence, get time management, get study skills, all of those things that are necessary for student success. And regardless of whether or not they get an A in an AP course, whether or not they pass the AP exam, they're still gaining those skills through their AP courses that benefit them in college. I know a lot of students who have maybe gotten a 2 on the AP exam, which isn't considered passing and doesn't earn them college credit, but they've come back and said that taking those AP courses in high school benefited them so much when they got to college, and that in some of those difficult college courses, they did better than their peers that didn't take AP classes just because they had built those skills up. AP courses challenge students to work and participate at a higher level. They get to explore topics in more depth. Now, this does mean that they're going to have to spend more time in and out of the classroom completing projects, completing assignments, and they may be asked to include online assignments. They may be asked to preview videos or complete readings before they even get instruction over a subject. So I know when I was in college, there were times that I was expected to have read the chapter before I ever got to class, or watch a video before I ever got to class. And since AP courses are college courses, essentially, students might be expected to do those things. There are really high expectations for higher level thinking, and so to be successful in AP classes, students aren't just going to regurgitate information. They're going to have to make inferences, they're going to have to problem solve, they're going to have to think about why things are the way they are, and they're going to have to write, which is going to give them strong writing skills when they get to college. The other benefit of taking AP courses is that they do bump a student's grade. So honors courses or pre-AP courses bump a student's grade by a half a percentage point. So if a student in an honors course gets a B usually counts for 3 points towards a GPA, but this class will count as 3.5 points towards a GPA, so it will give a little bit of a boost to the student's GPA. An A is normally a 4-point when figured into GPA. A student that takes an honors course and gets an A will have a 4.5 factored into their grade point average. AP courses have the opportunity to give students 1 full point boost per class. So a student in an AP class gets 0.5% added just for taking the class and 0.5% for taking the AP exam. So if a student just takes an AP class and doesn't sit for the exam, they'll get that 0.5 bump. If a student takes the course and takes the exam, they'll get a 1 point bump. So AP classes can help increase GPA, and another thing that does is it adjusts for being a more difficult class. So in an AP course, if a student that normally would make an A in an on-level class gets a B in their AP class, it factors into the GPA like an A would. The one thing to consider with this is that D's and F's do not get weighted scores. So if a student gets a D or an F in their AP class, they're not going to get that bump. One thing that I will say is that even if an AP student is struggling with the content, if they are willing to put in the hard work and take advantage of all the extra supports that are in place for them, they'll get a C. So typically this is kind of an issue of will and grit and resilience. So at the end of the year, students that take AP courses do have the opportunity to take the AP exams. These dates are set by the College Board, and they're at the same day internationally. Everywhere you go, students are taking AP tests on the same day. And so we don't have any control over those schedules. They're set by the College Board. The exam typically lasts for 2 to 3 hours, and most of the exams have a mix of a multiple choice section and then essays or problem solving questions, free response questions, document based questions, showing their work on different mathematics problems and things like that. Some courses, especially art courses, require a portfolio to be submitted. So instead of sitting for an exam, our AP Art and Design students are going to upload artwork into a portfolio and send that into the College Board as their assessment. AP exams cost $94 per exam. That was this year's cost. It could go up or down just a little bit between now and next year. Assistance is available for eligible students that have financial needs. Oklahoma, the state, offers a price reduction for students that are going to take more than one exam. So it's almost like a, buy two, get a percentage off. If a student takes one AP exam, it's $94. If they take two, there's a little bit of a discount there. Any student that qualifies for free and reduced lunch, whether or not they're taking advantage of that, qualify for reduced cost AP exams. And so if your student would qualify for free and reduced lunches, there's going to be a place for them to fill that out when they're registering for an AP exam, and their AP exam costs less. If money is going to be an issue and a student feels like they're not going to be able to take that exam because money is going to be a factor, please, please, please reach out to a principal or a counselor at your site, or reach out to me. We're not going to let price be a barrier for our students. We'll figure it out. So please, please, please just make sure if that's an issue. I know that, it's kind of crazy times right now. Reach out to somebody at the school site that your student is at, or reach out to me, and we'll make sure that we find a way to help with that. So I did mention most state universities will accept a score of 3 or higher on an AP exam for college credit. Not all universities will do that. Typically, policies differ based on different types of universities. And so if you know that you have a student that wants to go out of state or go to like a private school, you can go to this link, www.collegeboard.org/AP credit policy. If you just put that into your search bar, it's going to pull up a page on the College Board's website where you can select the class that your student is considering taking and select the university that they want to go to and see what the policy is at that school for getting AP credit. Keep in mind that even if a university isn't going to accept AP credit for college credit, it still might keep them from having to take remedial classes. Another example of something that can happen sometimes is, say that a student takes AP biology and they pass the test, but they're going to go to school and be a biology major. Sometimes the university is going to want that student to take biology at their university, since that's going to be their major. So they might offer 3 credit hours of elective credit rather than biology credit. And in that case, it still does help a student to graduate on time or early because electives are required. But either way, you could know in advance what a university's policy is just by checking out this AP credit policy search on the College Board's website. So AP scores are different than what we typically see with test scores. It's on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score and 1 being the lowest score. So a student that earns a 5 on an AP exam is considered extremely well qualified, and that is equivalent to getting an A in the comparable college course. So if a student is taking AP English Language and they get a 5 on that exam, that's showing that basically it's like they got an A in English Composition 1 in college. A student that gets a 4 is considered well qualified. That's equivalent to getting an A- or a B in a college course, and that's still considered passing. A 3 is also considered passing. You're considered qualified. And that's like getting a B or a C in the comparable college course. And so that's considered average, and most universities will accept that for college credit. 2 is not considered passing. It's not going to gain a student college credit. It essentially is saying that that student might be qualified. But one thing I will say is if your student sits for an AP exam and scores a 2 on that exam, don't let that deter your student from continuing to take AP courses if they want to, because I've seen numerous students who sit for their very first AP exam ever and get a 2, and then just after going through that process and having a little more confidence in the system, they're going to get a 3 maybe on their next AP exam. So a 2 often is super close to a 3, and just, having that experience and confidence really helps them out. And a 1 is saying that that student does not get a recommendation for college credit. Again, that doesn't mean the student didn't benefit at all from that class. The student likely still gained study skills, still gained confidence, still got a taste of the rigor of a college class. So these are the things that you and your student need to consider before the student enrolls in AP courses. One question that we always get is, how many AP classes should my kiddo or my student enroll in? And the answer to that is that there's not one right fit for every student. Some students may just want to take one AP class a year. Maybe they're really into science and they just want to take an AP science class every year. Some students may be involved in a million different activities and sports and have a job, and they're just not going to have the time outside to take a bunch of AP courses. So another consideration would be, what are the time commitments that my student is going to have? Is my student going to have time to put that kind of effort and time into AP classes? Another thing to consider is, what classes or subjects do my student enjoy the most? If they're going to be putting this extra time and effort and work into a course, it really helps if it's a content area that they already enjoy. So I've already been talking to my 8th grader about AP courses, and he's kind of already said, Mom, I really like history, so I might take AP history. I really like science, I might take AP science, but I really don't want to do AP math. He is good at math, he does okay in math. It's just not his thing, and so he really wouldn't want to put the extra time into that class, and that's fine with me. What subjects are your kids excelling in? Again, that's going to make it a little bit easier if a content area does come naturally to a student, but again, we're not going to go in with that expectation. What college majors or career paths are your students considering? If your student is considering going to college as a science major, they may want to take all the AP science classes they can get their hands on. Or maybe they want to be able to dive right into science classes when they get to college, and so maybe they want to get some of their other kind of general credits out of the way by taking those AP classes in high school. So these are examples of supports that are available at the 3 high school sites, and we're also going to open some of these up, and they're going to be district-wide opportunities next year. So there could be study sessions either before or after school where a teacher gives reviews or a little bit of extra practice. We're going to offer some Saturday study sessions and writing workshops, and some of those will be site specific and others will be offered to any AP student in the district. There will be extra tutorials and videos posted online. The College Board is really great about producing great content for students, and they'll have access to those things. Additional reading materials may be made available to kind of add on to what they're learning in class and give them a stronger understanding. Students will also have the opportunity to take a mock or practice AP exam. And that's a situation where they're going to come in, they're going to sit for a test that looks just like the AP exam. They're going to kind of figure out how long they have to do different parts. They're going to get an idea of how far they sit apart from each other. They're going to get an idea of what it's like maybe to write an essay and the amount of time they have. And it's just going to give them confidence going into that AP exam. It's not going to be the first time they've ever seen a test like that. It's really important, though, that your student learns to advocate for themselves and ask for help when they need it. A big piece of success in college is having the confidence to go to a professor during office hours and say, I need a little bit of extra help, or I'm struggling with this. That's something that's terrifying for a lot of college students, even upperclassmen. The first time I ever had to do that, I was terrified and I was embarrassed and it was scary. If AP students practice doing that in their AP courses, that's really good skill to have. And since AP teachers are still high school teachers, it doesn't feel quite as scary to practice doing that. So we don't expect that AP courses are going to be easy or come super naturally to all students. And the College Board always says the AP is for any student who wants to take it, as long as they are prepared for the extra rigor and the extra time that the class is going to take. So your student does not need to be at the top of their class. They don't need to be a straight A student to enroll in AP classes. But they do need to be prepared that it will be a more challenging class and it will have more out of school homework and studying than a non AP course would. Because of that, students really need to want to be in their AP class. A lot of times, the students that really struggle in AP courses are the same students that didn't really want to take AP, but their parents made them. It is extra work, it is extra commitment, and if a student doesn't really want to be there, a lot of times that can make it way more difficult. Sometimes students get frustrated because they've always made straight A's in every class, and suddenly they're taking their first AP class and they're making a B. I just want to stress that the focus in all of our AP courses is the process of learning. So it's a college level course that a student's taking in high school. It's going to be challenging, and that's okay. You want to support your student, right? You don't want to just throw them into the deep end of the pool and let them drown, but give them some room to struggle, because what we know is that's how we learn. That struggle is kind of the benefit of the AP coursework, that they get to experience that while they still have the support of high school teachers, high school counselors before they go to college, and they kind of get to know what it's like to struggle with a class. A lot of times students that have never struggled get to college, and the first time that they struggle with a class, it's really overwhelming. And so the point is, students, what are they learning from this? How is this going to prepare them for college, even if they don't make an A in the class, even if they don't pass the AP exam? And the answer is that they're going to gain skills, they're going to gain confidence, and they're going to really get a feel for what a college class is like. So I think this is the most exciting part of this presentation. These are some changes that are coming to Mid-Del for our AP programs starting next year. In the past, we have not always been able to offer the same AP classes at all three high school sites. And this just has to do with staffing, finding the right teacher to teach the AP course. It has to do with budgets and class sizes, and we just haven't always been able to offer the same thing at all three sites. Our goal is to make our AP course offerings a little bit more equitable so that all three high school sites have access to the same AP courses. And as kind of our first step in that direction, next year we're going to pilot opening a few AP classes that are only offered at one site and allow any student district-wide to enroll in that course. Now, since we will have students at different sites taking these courses, they're going to be set up a little bit differently than what we've seen in the past. One thing that we might see is teachers traveling between sites. One thing we might see is students participating in a hybrid format where they're logging into class remotely, but they're still interacting with the teacher and other students in the class. Just as an example, in a science class, an AP science class, students are going to be required to do labs. And if we've got a kiddo taking AP chemistry and they're doing chemistry labs, we're going to want them in class with their AP chemistry teacher for that. So in that situation, you might see that AP chemistry teacher doing a lab with Midwest City students on Monday, doing a lab with Carl Albert students on Tuesday, doing a lab with Del City students on Wednesday, and then the rest of the students, whichever school that the teacher's not at that day, will be doing remote work. In a social studies class, maybe there's not labs and it's not as necessary to have a, live person in the room with you, making sure you don't, hurt yourself. And so in those cases, students will participate in a hybrid format. And what that means is that they'll have a device, they'll log in remotely, and all of the other students at the other sites will have devices as well. So they're going to be watching class live. They're going to have the opportunity to interact with the teachers and ask questions. And they could be even in a discussion group. A Carl Albert student might be sitting in a discussion group virtually with a Midwest City High School student and a Del City High School student. And they'll all be in a chat room together with the teacher having that discussion. So these things are really exciting and they're going to look a little bit different. And the hope is that they're so successful next year that we continue to expand those options and we get to the point where we can offer the same AP classes to every student across the district. So we're really excited about that. These decisions are going to be based on staffing and enrollment numbers, so we can't necessarily say for sure which classes are going to be offered that way yet, but it is a really exciting opportunity. And it's also a great preparation for college because I'm currently teaching a class in college in that format where I have people live in class and I have people who are remoting in. I know I went through this kind of quickly, and so if you have any additional questions, contact your student's counselor, their grade level assistant principal, or you can contact me. Again, my name is Nina Kerber, and I'm the instructional facilitator for Social Studies, Gifted and Talented, and AP for the entire district. My email address is on there, as is my office phone number. So please feel free to reach out if you have any other questions, and thank you for sticking with me through the end of this.